Hi, I'm Kolarile, and I love talking about communication. And this week's communicator of the week is Mark Zuckerberg for his calling out of Apple and their launch of the Apple Vision Pro and basically trying to tear it down.
So I finally tried Apple's Vision Pro. And, I have to say that before this, I expected that Quest would be the better value for most people since it's really good and it's like 7 times less expensive. But after using it, I don't just think that Quest is the better value. I think that Quest is the better product, period.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
So Mark Zuckerberg has not really been that great a communicator from his very geeky, humble beginnings.
I didn't sleep much either, and my girlfriend is no longer my girlfriend.
To his robotic appearances before the US Senate committees.
And is that true for, is this practice done at all with minors, or do you make an exception there for persons aged 13 to 17?
I do not know. We can follow up.
Okay, do that. Let's do that. And one other thing, there have been reports that Facebook can track a user's internet browsing activity even after that user has logged off of the Facebook platform. Can you confirm whether or not this is true?
Senator.
And even when he gave a commencement speech to Harvard graduates, his own software messed up the subtitles during the live stream. So he's not generally a great communicator, but I was impressed this week by his response to the launch of Apple Vision Pro's new VR headset, which has kind of been dominating the headlines recently. And what I loved about it was the way he approached it. First of all, he delivered his own kind of response in a really humble kind of, I guess, living room of himself or a friend or something. So it was in comparison to the slick delivery and slick keynote that Apple had used to launch their product. Secondly, he used the Meta Quest to record his own speech. And that's really good communication, to use a relevant prop to support the argument you want to make. The other reason I liked it was that he called Apple out. Now, Apple is by far the bigger company, much more prestigious, certainly earns more than Facebook, even though Facebook is a multi-billion-pound company. But it reminded me of what Avis, the car company, had done way back in the 1960s, when they were a tiny company compared to the behemoth that was Hertz, the rental car company. And Avis brought out an advert called We Try Harder. And basically, without expressly calling out Hertz, they basically said, look, yes, we're a small company, and that's why we try harder than other companies. Yes, we're a small company, and that's why we can't afford not to be nice. Yes, we're a small company, and that's why we have to clean our ashtrays in the cars that we rent. All of the while was calling out Hertz, effectively saying that we do better than them, even though we're smaller. And it automatically catapulted Avis into the number 2 slot in the car rental company when they hadn't been anywhere before. And it was basically because they called out the big dog, and it made people automatically think of them in those terms and in those levels. And so this is basically what Mark Zuckerberg has done here. He's taken the strengths of the Apple Vision Pro, compared them to the Meta Quest, and automatically forced all of us to think of both of those products in the same category, thereby elevating the worth and the value of his own products. Really, really smart marketing and also very smart communication. And what it means that we can learn from this is when you speak of yourself or when you advocate for something, don't be afraid to compare it to something that is noticeably better, more expensive, or higher, or more profile. Because just bringing it into that same category elevates that product or that idea in people's minds. So it's a very effective way of communicating your value by kind of piggybacking off the value of something else that is more well known. So well done, Zuck. I'm sure in following weeks you'll be go back to the kind of the geeky, weird stuff that you do with your communication. But I was impressed with this, and that's why you are my communicator of the week. As always, whenever you need some help with your communication skills, you can reach out to me, of course, but a great place to start is with my free masterclass on communication. You will find the link somewhere on the page with this video. Check it out, and I'll see you next time.